Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to somewhat daily tarot and rune. This is the 19th of June, 2018. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside. And we do this Monday through Friday, mostly. Today's going to be 85. It was like 10 degrees cooler yesterday here. So today's going to be like 85. So we'll be frantically putting water down everywhere. Living on the high desert, you know, everything is dry and it's volcanic. And so, and plus it's windy. I mean, to say it's windy here is an understatement. It's just incredibly windy on the high desert. And so whatever you put down dries out. So that's why we did hugel beds and things like that to try to, you know, keep the ground underneath moist and to offset what we have to do, you know, externally above ground to keep everything growing around here. The joys of gardening, huh? It's an emotional thing, really. So let's see what we have for this Tuesday. So I've counted 13, and let's see what the card is. Well, it's a court card, of course. It's the Page of Wands. We see this young man with his staff. And because he's looking toward the right, he's looking toward the future. Pages, sometimes they're princesses in some decks. They usually mean news or undeveloped potential. So we have some undeveloped potential here today. Yesterday was an emotional day. We all watched on Father's Day with the immigrant kids and what we're doing to them. And what I drew yesterday was interesting. It was, I didn't know if it was going to be a breakthrough because it was the 10 of Cups. And then I pulled Kenaz, which was the torch rune, the rune of openings. Lighting our way. So what ended up happening yesterday was interesting because what we got was a lot of illumination. That horrible audio tape came out. We're really beginning to see what these children are going through in their attempts to be reunited with their parents. And it's heartbreaking. So maybe that's what the meaning was. Maybe I was just too hopeful, you know, seeing the 10 of Cups, thinking maybe we were going to be reuniting people today or yesterday. But that wasn't the case. Instead, we had a lot of truth come out, a lot of illumination. We know where the administration or regime stands on this now. They were very, very clear that they have no problem doing this. The UN has come out, the American Medical Association, I think the Psychiatric Association, the pediatricians, all of these folks have, even people that have dealt with Holocaust survivors and folks from the Japanese internment camps that we had here in this country years ago. You know, they've all come out and said, this is not okay. You're damaging these children forever. So why this is happening, I don't know. But here you have, this is about opportunity and maybe even justice. So hopefully we're going to see something better and something new today come from this. And on an individual level, if it's not about all of this, perhaps you're exploring some undeveloped potential of your own today. Perhaps you're going to get, you know, some news. Sometimes you receive news of a pregnancy. Anything that's undeveloped potential. So that would be the same, wouldn't it? Maybe you're thinking about going back to school, or maybe you're just happy that school's out for the summer, because the page can also be a student. But I have to believe this is about the undeveloped potential of us working this out. And the page could also indicate the kids, see? The undeveloped potential they bring by wanting to come to this country. And then I pulled Gebo, balanced energy exchange. We keep coming to this, don't we? This is about unity. Unity within, unity without, balanced energy exchange with others. I understand that this is seems to be, and I don't know why. I just understand that it's a very polarizing thing. And I really just don't understand why, you know? Gebo is the seventh rune. And as I've talked about in the past, the number 7 is an interesting number. At least for me, it is. To me, I mean, it's not just magic and divinity and spirit and all of that. It's in mystery and the occult. It's about balance. It's about having 1 and 3 and 3. That's 7, right? 3, 3, and 1 is 7. So if you can imagine the scales, you've got, in balance, you would have 3 and 3, and you would have 1 in the middle. Well, why can't people just understand and see the best here, and understand that these folks just want a better life? And when we respond this way to other people who are asking for help, who are asking to be included in our family because they're afraid and they know what awaits them back home, you know, to respond the way that we are, to use their children as a bargaining chip politically, is not reflective of balanced energy exchange. Okay? To use children this way, to terrorize them, to terrify them. This is the stuff human rights violations are made of. This is what gets you taken to The Hague on trial, okay? You don't do things like this. This is not just 1 or 2 kids. Now we're up to over 2,000. You know, how did we do this? Was this ever allowed to happen? And they seem gleeful about it. The people that work there, or at least some of them. I'm not going to say all of them do, because we don't know, do we? Because you're only given a sanitized version of things. But the balanced energy exchange, okay? How we balance ourselves with others. Right now, it's like this, isn't it? With so much power up here oppressing, you know, those down here. There's no balance, is there? There's no equal exchange. There's no integrity about a process that should be simple. You come up, you knock on the door, you say, I want to apply for asylum. You say, great, let's do that. Let's see what you got. And, you know, give me your information. How I don't even know how this happens, but something to that effect. And then don't take their kids away from them. And then tell them later, yeah, you're never seeing your kids again, because you've come here, we're going to put you in prison. What are they doing this for? You know, we have this whole country, if you want to talk about undeveloped potential, that's what this country is all about, isn't it? We have the opportunity here to be so much greater than we are in terms of technology, innovation, equal rights, setting the standard for the rest of the world. But we've lost that. Just since the election, we've lost that. And now we're doing this to children. So we've lost the balance. And maybe it's one that we've struggled with the entire time we've been in existence. This country has been in existence. I don't know. I mean, with slavery, I mean, we've watched this happen so many times in this country, haven't we? Whether you're talking about child labor, all of these supposed democratic ideals, that came about because of human suffering and because of somebody else taking advantage of other people. It's women got tired of not being able to vote and not having equal rights, and so we finally got to vote, and supposedly we have equal rights, but we don't. Slavery in all forms, whether it's oppression by keeping women oppressed by financially, by not having equal pay. It's all a form of patriarchal oppression. And that's what we're seeing today. This is about the balance within running amok and not finding its comfortable, balance point. Instead of the scales being balanced, it's like this. And it's hurting people. Whether you talk about what's going to happen tax-wise with folks, you're finding farmers that thought, hey, this guy's the answer. Well, now that didn't work out, did it? Going to have the best and most incredible healthcare. No, we're not. None of those things are going to happen. It was all smoke and mirrors, and now what we have is this travesty of a tent city, a veritable concentration camp on the border now. How is that reflecting the undeveloped potential of this country? You want to make us great? Well, stop messing things up. Stop doing this when we need to do this. If we're the United States of America, that implies balance. It implies equality. It doesn't imply this. If we don't have any more spots available in the country to become a citizen, well, then tell them that. But don't take their babies from them. It isn't just what's happening to the country and to us collectively, all right? That's bad enough. Doing things like this, what that does to someone inside, for people that work in that administration have to come out and lie every day, because that's what they're doing. We can mince words all we want to, but the fact of the matter is they're lying. If they can do that, that hurts their soul in ways, I mean, my God, do they sleep at night? It's not internally. What this does spiritually to their soul is so damaging. To hurt the least among us and then to come out and lie about it. This all has to stop. This country, as do all of us, has incredible undeveloped potential. We're in an awakening now. We are figuring out that we're not these bodies, that we are the spirit that inhabits these bodies, and that we are far greater than we could have ever hoped to be. It's not about building our way back to God. We are aspects of God, aspects of the Creator. Is this what that is? I don't think so. We're told God is love. Well, okay. Love is the eminence of, the essence of creation. Is this an expression of that? When we put children, take them away from their parents, and we don't allow anybody to comfort them when they cry? That's not balanced energy exchange. It's tearing us all apart. And whether these folks know it or not, it's tearing them apart inside. Not everybody there is service to self. Some people actually work in government because they believe in service to others. They believe in it. And so I'm sure for them, this is tearing them apart. and they probably don't know what to do. And it's not so easy to quit a job, is it? But, you think maybe you can ride this out, but what will there be of you at the end? I think maybe, will this be enough? Will this be enough for people to sit up and take notice and say, enough of this? We can't have this? Maybe. So let's think for today about our own undeveloped potential and about where this can go, because this could go even worse than it is. It kind of felt like last night that's what was happening when they were doubling down on it. How shameful. So we don't know, do we, in the coming days what will happen? And what happens when he gets tired of housing them and paying for them? Remember, he doesn't want a migrant camp. Well, that's what he's got, doesn't he? When this is his solution. So let's think about how we engage with others in a balanced manner. Let's send out intention of balance to the situation, the intention of resolution to this situation. And hopefully, between now and tomorrow, some better news will come our way. So, thanks for watching. And again, try to have a wonderful day and blessed be.